Hello, everyone. Give me just a minute to finish getting anything else out, and I will put in our question of the day. All right. Sorry for the little bit late start. We had some issues with my OBS. It wasn't wanting to record the video. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are returning back to chapter 6. We played a little bit last week with Sunday's episode, doing some side quests and character quests. We only got through 2 in-game days, so you can see we got Shriek at a level 6, really, and that's about it. None of the other characters, because they were all only at like 1 or 2. So, that said, we're going to try and continue the story of Lost Day. We've been in Phantasmagoria. We're near the end of that dungeon. Let's see, I think these are all just character quests. Emo, A Celestina, Clary. I will do things my way. Let's just finish this. This was a side quest we did last time. Now that I have returned home, I'm beginning to realize the severity of the situation I was in. How terrible! Who knows where I'd be now if you hadn't arrived when you did. But that does not mean I'm going to change my ways. I may dislike such serious matters, but I dislike liars even more so. Anyway, that's all for me. I hope you will visit the temple again. From Clary. She's the priestess that was building a snowman and trying to help people rather than just doing the confessional stuff that she's supposed to do. So, we got all our stuff taken care of. Let's get going.
I hope you bring back souvenirs.
Make our way down, or over, rather, to Phantasmagoria today. So our question today is, what do you most like from Harvestella? I'll be honest, this one's a little harder for me. I don't love this game. It's okay, I like it. My cat's knocking stuff over. But I mean, I've basically beaten it on that, and we're playing it again for this, so it's the second playthrough in such a short time, and this is not a game that this does not have a great enough story for me to do that. So for me, I'm going to say my favorite thing about this game is probably the job class system. You get such diversity, all the diversity and stuff, and some of the classes, like, the Avenger, which you see me using all the time in here, the Assault Savant, one that you haven't seen me playing yet, but I do have on my other playthrough, is the Aristotle. And it's a really good one. But I like those ones because you can change up your element and all that. And makes the classes more versatile. But beyond that, I mean, the game is pretty generic, I guess is the best way to describe it. It's not great, but, it's not bad, but it's not great either. And it's not what I want to do. Anyways, boss fight for this dungeon. I feel something unusual up ahead. So continue? Yes. Actually, no, let's see if we can see it by changing the, there you go. You see? It's just like the, automata that we saw in the other dungeon. My cat's being weird. He's chasing his tail, trying to wrestle it like it's a snake or something. Arya, you came. Where have I seen this puppet before? Is it the same as the one we saw in the cave? Yeah, it's an automata type. Or automata type. They're from the same line. I remember you. Arya, last time you came here, you were still only a little girl. At the end, when it was time to go home, you wanted to stay here so much that you ran away from your parents. Do you remember? You stayed with me in Nostalgia Town until after the park closed. Yeah, I remember. As far as I am aware, you are the only one who has done that before. You're the one who taught me how it felt to have fun. You were the first person to treat me like an equal and not just a puppet. What happened here, though? I don't remember Phantasmagoria ever being this run down. Even after the disaster, this was the one place that we could come to get away from it all. I'm sure a clever like you has already figured it out? Question mark? Mommy! Daddy! Where'd you go? Where is everyone? I'm so lonely. What's going on? Don't leave me on my own. Stop it. Was that Arya? This little girl is an embodiment of what is currently inside Arya's heart. What is that supposed to mean? I am an automata that was built to read our visitors' pasts and use them to provide them with pleasant visions. Yeah, that's pleasant. Thanks to me, our visitors can enjoy lovely visions based on their pasts from right here inside the park. Like this. Tia? There. Fia! Or Fia. Of course, he doesn't see Jack. Everyone else sees their stuff, but the images that are generated will be different for everyone who watches. You think it's funny toying with us? No, this is just what I was built to do. I am a nostalgia player. I exist to fulfill my purpose as a nostalgia playback device. I can easily trace your thoughts, because the present and the past are inseparable. So, Arya, that's why I already know what you are suspecting. It's as the little girl said, you've already noticed. And your guess is half right. No way, but that's... What were you suspecting, Arya? That... We're in what you guys would call a future. This looks an awful lot like the time period I came from. You mean we're in your time period right now? She's half right. But that doesn't make sense. While this does look strikingly similar to my time period, it's nothing like I remember. Are you unable to accept it, Arya, in that case? Is it malfunctioning or something? My judgment is exceedingly normal. I was just going to burn off your limbs so that you couldn't leave, that's all. If Arya doesn't want to face reality, then she should stay here. Forever. I can turn her attention away from what she doesn't want to see and soothe her mental anguish with visions of the past. That way, humans can die with dignity, in peaceful silence. Humans are the ones who made me. I couldn't stand to see another one die a gruesome death. I think I... Yeah, I think Harvey would be the... Don't let it get to you. Hurry. You're right. We can't be certain if it's all true. It's all true. Besides, it's not like me to give up, is it? Why won't you understand? Just in the same way you loved us, we loved you too. That spirit you had, your blurry knowledge, those damaged hearts of yours. I would do anything to protect that, even if it meant destroying you. No one can surpass memory, nor me, the dream-weaving puppet of Phantasmagoria. Boss fight!
I'll take you apart piece by piece.
Let's see. Well, that's not doing anything. Changing elements? No? I may not have the right. There we go.
The most funnest place ever.
That's not realistic.
Play with me forever.
Let's try mage. See what happens with mage. Can I do electrical? Yes.
It's scary outside.
I will not. I cannot be beaten by my memories.
Ow. Okay, well, let's keep trying to beat the heck out of this thing.
Why are you going away?
Trying to do. Okay, now we mage it, and there we go. Got a double. Oh no! Come on, we're supposed to have double break.
Stay with me forever.
I will show you the vision you want to see.
And it's not like it's a hard boss. I know, like last time we had this session, had someone named Autumn who shows up on Saturdays, so she'll probably show up today. It was like, oh, be careful about the boss, this, that, and the other. She was also saying, you know, wait till you get to chapter 6. It's like, we're in chapter 6, so I don't know. I am going to create sometime over the next few days a new, like a Google poll or something like that. Find out what the heck we want to have me play next. And I'll put, you know, a few similarly good series as one I can actually enjoy. Because, you know, I thought this one I was kind of, we were still getting in on the new of it and trying to figure it out and all that, but I did not enjoy this game.
No way around it. This must be done for your own good.
Don't regret ever challenging me.
I will use
Oh.
my maximum available output to obliterate your human bodies. Can't I convince you
So there
to
we go.
stay?
And we beat it. Yeah. You know, it's not a tough boss if you got the right classes on you. None of the bosses are as terribly difficult if you've got the right classes on you, but consciousness is limited by memories. It's impossible to create a vision that exceeds what you've seen in the past. No. Imagination can exceed what you've seen in the past. The best reality is the product of your imagination. No shit. We can use our imagination to create things. That's how we progress. Or we imagine something and then we make it real. No, that's not reality. Not yet. You imagine something and you make it real. In that case, allow me to share with you the prediction I have calculated. In fact, it is far too certain to be called a prediction. It is the future reality. Automata are never wrong. Yes they are. Arya, your heart is about to break. It is true this time. Once she learns that she was only half right and the other half is, yeah. Has it stopped? Yeah. I still don't understand why that puppet was even made. Why would people want to see visions of the past that much? No one in my era had any hope left. As the state of our world only got worse and worse, the future started to take on a new meaning. The future came to represent hopelessness and gloom. So we ended up romanticizing the past. We saw the past as a bright and beautiful place. That's why this theme park was based on our dreams of the past. We aren't bound by our memories. You can't argue with that. No one could surpass memory, huh? Hmm. Come to think of it, that's around the time that the disaster happened. The world was never the same again after that calamity. Jabberwocky? Where were you? We were in trouble over here. Since we're here, I thought I would go and extract the park data just in case. So, it's this way? Yep, once you get there, it'll all make sense. So, moving on, you all decided not to stay in the past. It's an admirable decision. You could have just as easily come to a standstill. There's no going back now. You know that, right? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the game's got an interesting premise to it, but the execution is lacking. You know, like Sword Art Online. The premise is interesting. Execution is lacking. Oh, just so we're not, just so you know, if you go all the way this way and around, search Promise Fruit 3, down this way, hidden like beneath these buildings here, if I come back around in this and do this loop down here, there's a guy who will be like, bring me the sword. I'm going to save it for a video when I do get to that video. But there's a class. That's not one of the where you'll get the samurai class. Which we could theoretically, in this chapter, get part of the pieces for. The final piece we won't be able to get till chapter 8. But we can't afford to do it though with this playthrough. We may not on this playthrough get the samurai or the Aristotle. Partly because I want to be done with this game. It's okay, but it's not one I would play over and over again. It's not Persona. It's not Suikoden. You know, the story's not that good. The execution of everything is not that good for it to be, oh, yeah, no, this is going to be one I'm going to keep and play and play and play. Where are we? This is the Astrum Helix Research Facility, a place where humans use to study the life of this star. Again, why are they calling the planet a star? And alternate between those two. The life of the star? This is the research center I belonged to, rather. I'm not getting her high enough pitch today. Jabberwocky, please tell me, what happened here? I wouldn't know. I've been in Eden my whole life. But if we found some data logs that were still alive, I could analyze them. So you're saying that we have to keep going if we want to find out the truth? If that's what you want. Well, it's too late to turn back now, no matter which reality awaits us. This is a good dungeon. This is like, I'm at the final boss. I still haven't finished the final boss on my playthrough. I've been so busy this week with trying to level, but this is where I've been leveling, is this dungeon. You know, and I've been leveling up both my character levels and my job class levels. So we'll switch over to this because it is the best job for this dungeon. Because everything, just about everything, is weak to either fire or ice. Nope, wrong element. This one's weak to ice, though. Do. I mean, the Aristotle would be a good class here, too. Because you get the fire on it. Do that with Mage. And then, yeah, I don't know, one other Mage class, like the Pilgrim or something, for the passive boosts. But then you're switching between your classes rather than just doing like reload. Oh, switch. Boom. He's weak to ice or fire. He does ice. This is also the dungeon where having apple juice or anything else that reduces floor-based damage becomes really important. That said, it's also the dungeon where you're going to start getting the seeds for your apples and your nitro pineapples and whatnot. The apples are called promised fruit. Let's see. This isn't one of the ones. There's somewhere in here that you can jump down and it'll be off the map, but you'll find stuff like that for to get your Canelo doll. Yeah, I don't know. This game is just not exciting. I'm leaning heavily to doing Rune Factory as our next one, especially since we're gonna get Rune Factory 3 later this year, and you know, we've already got 4 and 5. I know that sounds out of order, but you know, this is the remake. Nitro pineapple seeds, those are nice. They're not useful for much things. You can use them to make the level 2 bombs, and they've got some like juices and jams you can make with them. I forget what the juice does. It's not a great juice, if I remember right. Could be wrong though. But yeah, this is the place you go to grab your pineapples and your promised fruit seedlings and oh, get out of the way of that guy. These guys, when they have that line, you can see like he's stopped Acel. Oh, I should have had Arya in my party for that boss fight. Oh well. He paralyzes you, or he stuns you. Whenever he's got that line showing out. So, you know, that's a thing. And the cool thing is you can keep going through here. You can, as you go up, you'll get these elevators. Give you an idea of how deep this is. This section alone is 8 floors. And then your next section is like 12 floors. And the next section after that is like 10 floors again or something like that. It's a big dungeon. But you'll eventually be able to get it in, you know, right about time. Let's see. Oh, okay, we have to drop through. Just doop. Search and found something glistening with crumbling debris. Take it? Yes. Picked up the shiny object? Hard siltstone. You notice a machine used for combat close by. It doesn't work. Looks like it stopped working after getting caught up in the falling rubble. There might be a part or something you can take from it. Take a part? Yes. Search for a machine you can find anything you take, and find a part that could be useful. Got a black plate. Hooray! I think black plates are used for weapon upgrades. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I was that level of needing stuff. Like, we're only like level 5 or 6 weapons now. I got mine up to level 10. You need stuff from deeper floors of Caranoid for that. This console is still alive. I can restore its data. Should I, Arya? Data log restored. It's the Red Queen. Wait, is this the Seaslight? We called this crystallized mass the Red Queen. This research facility was built as a place to study it. So that means Seaslight still exists in your time period? It does look a lot like the thing you call Seaslight. I don't know if the Red Queen and the Seaslight are the same thing or not. But the Red Queen is a symbol of disaster to me. This crystal suddenly landed right in the middle of the city and crashed through the Earth's crust. Then the disaster followed. Yeah, as we can find out later, I don't know that it crashed into is the right word. From what you hear later on, it sounds like it grew out of the Earth's crust. What kind of disaster? After the Red Queen appeared, the world was covered in shiny particles. We called it Gaia dust. Breathing in large amounts of Gaia dust would kill you. Eventually, the whole world got engulfed in its shimmer. That sounds like... Yeah, it sounds just like the phenomenon you call quietus. Come up here and just walk through it. Got a chest over here with nitro pineapple seeds. Yay. That's the 5th bottom, so yeah, we can definitely plant some as we get some. Probably wait a couple days to get up a good batch. Killing the frost elements. We're definitely not going to plant them today because we're only going to have 2 or 3, and I need to go home and cook some food. Because we used up all our tacos fighting the boss. Ooh, shiny thing on the floor. There's something displayed on the terminal monitor. The word summon is written in red. There's a switch on the terminal. Something might happen if you press it. No. Do not. You leave without touching it. And battle machines rush into the room. It seems the terminal summoned the machines here. The machines attack. Oh, well, you know. I think if I'd pushed the button, it summoned one of the fears. Like, something like that. It was... I don't remember specifically. It was not a good, easy fight. We're all low on health. We have no food to cook. Let's see. This is on an elevator over here. Is there? Nope. Okay. What we're gonna do... We'll teleport home. And we're gonna make some food. And some apple juice. If we can. I don't know if I used up the fermenting barrels already for the day. Nope, looks like not. Good. I don't have enough apples for 9, do I? Ooh, we did get a nitro pineapple though, so that's good. That's very, very good. Nope. I do not have enough for 9. Dang. We'll put 1 in for now. I don't think we'll need it just yet for tomorrow. I think we'll need it the next day. Well, we'll need 2 of them. But in the meantime, let's go inside, make some kind of food that will be good for healing and whatnot, that we can get several of. 1,500 of that is just not good enough anymore. What were tacos worth? Yeah, tacos were 2,200. And we'll do that way. Make 3 of those. That'll get us through the next few days until we get to the next boss. And make a couple more turn bells, and we'll be ready to go. Woo! All the excitement. Yeah, I'm just ready to be done with this game. I really am. I mean, it's bad enough that I'm potentially ADD. I got diagnosed as a kid, but there's a lot of reasons to suspect it was the wrong diagnosis. And that it would have actually been Asperger's. That's what they would have called it as back when I was a kid. It would be autism spectrum disorder now. Or just the fact that, I do have PTSD. I am diagnosed with that, and that PTSD in a kid shows with a lot of inattention and stuff like that. Restlessness. So, there's a reason to suspect that I'm not ADD, but this is a game. I mean, this is my second time around playing this game, basically, in the short time that it's been out. I'm ready to be done with it. Rune Factory, I love. I don't know if it's one that I would love the whole thing, but at least with Rune Factory, you've got all the different weapon classes, so you can be like, oh, I'm gonna try it this way, or like Skyrim has the same kind of thing of, oh, I'm gonna try this setup. I'm gonna try, a stealth build or a combat build or whatever. You can do that kind of thing with Rune Factory with, okay, I'm gonna play
Looks like some of the crops are ready for
a
harvest.
mage build this time around with stabs, or I'm gonna play an axes or hammers build or whatever. You can do different kind of builds like that with Rune Factory. This one, it's like your build is
Hello, little
what classes you're
crappies.
playing as, and you want to play them all anyways,
Hello, little crappies.
and blah blah blah, and it's just,
Hello,
I don't
little
know.
crappies.
Ooh, we got our grapes grew already. Very nice. All right. We're gonna save all of those crops that we just did. Sugar. Do I have a lot of sugar already? Yeah, we'll sell the sugar. That'll give us some money. That's gonna be the one big thing with this game is trying to get the money to do whatever you want to do. Let's grab those. We'll leave that be for now. Rainbow seeds. Do I have rainbow seeds planted? Think. Nope. Lantern pumpkin. Yeah, rainbow beans. There we go. Do. Can do some Eden rice. We can do some lump potatoes. We'll do the lump potatoes. Just get them out of the way. Yeah, this music is just.
Good morning.
It is. It is what it is. We'll leave it at that. I don't hate this game so much that I feel like I should be ripping on it all the time, but I feel like I do rip on it all the time because it's just not as good as it should have been. And I'm ready to move on. But I know you guys, the handful of you that actually do watch my streams and whatnot, do enjoy it. So I want to get it done for you guys before we move on. but like I hardly play this at all outside of what I'm doing for the weekly videos, like the class grinding and all that for the class guides and stuff like that. It's about all I play it during the week. All right. Oh, did we plant anything up top in the waterside biome? I know we've got the coconuts up there. Yes, we do have stuff planted. It's not ready for harvest yet, I don't think. Yep, mayflowers are not. Nectar canes definitely not. All right, let's go back to the Astrum Helix Research Facility, which is one of, if not the best dungeon in the entire game, in my opinion.
Take it easy.
You know, most of the rest of what we got after this is variations of messing around with the omens, and you got the one final dungeon that was just kind of interesting and fascinating, and then that's it. Like chapter 7 is similar to chapter 6, where we've got a bunch of like other dungeons, although one of them is kind of like an in-between one. You know, it's like, okay, you go back to the Castle of Illusion, you find access to an area we haven't been to yet, and oh, we got to do an interim place in between, and then we have the actual dungeon. And the actual dungeon there is the dungeon that you do for both chapters 7 and 8. So, it is what it is. I'm just ready to be done with it. You know, like I've said several times today, you know, I'm not enjoying it, just to be fair. I enjoyed it all right the first time through. The second time with you guys is not as much. It's not like something like Rune Factory where it's like, oh yeah, I absolutely want to play it. Um, where there's the complexities to it. This doesn't have the complexity. It really doesn't. I've tried finding complexity for the channel. I forgot that it was a chest over here. That's fine. We're gonna get it this time because we're gonna use the going up to the middle layer. And up we go. Jump. Nope. It wouldn't even let me jump. This is what I was talking about last time. It's this game is not. It's got a delayed response on the jumping mechanics. It's not built for platforming, and then they put through in like the platforming puzzle. There are times when you can platform it well with this game. I don't know why nice suddenly, but like in this dungeon, you'll have places like that where the floor will give out, but if you jump at the right moment beforehand, you can avoid the floor giving out. You can go up and around and stuff like that. This dungeon makes the best use of, you know, your quote unquote platforming in the entire game. You know, it's not like, oh, times travel, you know, doing the weird thing with the. Let's do this. And take. Oh, wrong guy. Just trying to hit this guy. And now I can switch to fighter. Because these guys are weak to slashing damage too. Which we knew, but it doesn't show up until you hit them with it with your character. So, you know, it is what it is. But then there's like places in this dungeon where, yeah, you have to fall through, like to get to the in here. So it's an interesting dungeon. It's a fun. This is probably the most well-designed dungeon in the entire game, I think. Which, to be fair, isn't saying much. Most of these dungeons are very. They're not quite so linear as to be, you know, the getting the, you know, ripping into them that Final Fantasy 13 got. But they're pretty linear. So, you know, it is what it is. But this is also like, if you check, let's see, is that other side one of them yet? No, okay. Once we get higher up, some of these will like drop us into like pits with like if I take this down, it'll just take me down into this section down here below. And then I can walk back up the stairs, so it's not like it's a huge loss. But like we'll drop down. No chests, nothing down here, nothing of value, but you can get out. But there's other ones that'll have oh hey, we can jump down here. That's cool. They'll have ones that'll have like a red liquid on the ground underneath them that will do damage to you. It's like a poisonous whatever. Yeah, like of all the things that I like about this game, this dungeon is the best. You know, the final dungeon is kind of cool. It brings back some of those things. Like it tries to bring back stuff from all of the previous dungeons in the game, which works and doesn't work. Like you're literally gonna have giant, like high-level versions of the fears from the earlier dungeons. But yeah, I would have been able to come back up that way. That stairwell, and then try to go around again. If we'd fallen on accident instead of on purpose. Here we go. He doesn't like fire. He's like a giant fire extinguisher kind of thing, I guess. He shoots at frost. There'll be later versions in
Capable,
the second to last dungeon, we'll call it. The one for this latter half of chapter 7 and all of chapter 8. That uses an elemental inverted version of these guys that are weak to frost instead of fire. Do. We really need to. When we play tomorrow, we need to work on Bracca's side story a lot, because we're not gonna get any more. Like we're currently maxed out, I should say, for the Adventure class, and it's a good class. And its its final ability does things based on whether you're using fire or ice currently. Eat some tacos. And continue on. Boo-doo-doo! We should get to the middle section today in game. Yeah, we can't jump over there. See, it'd be cool if you had the platforming option there, but you don't. You know, it's the game is very weird with its mechanics and where it uses them. And
capable,
blah blah blah. I don't know. Some things it does really well and interesting, and other ways it's like it had a good idea, but it didn't execute it properly. You know, the job class system could be an example of that. Is some of these classes are very, very similar. Let's go this way. Ah, there's a chest. Hooray! Exploration. For a hard stone. Just one. I don't think we need that many of those. If I remember what that is, let me see. Take a look at it. Nope, that's hard stone. That's using for weapons. Okay. I was thinking of something different. There's a type of stone that gets used after the clay. It's your next tier up above clay for your upgrading your pens, which we haven't bought at all in this game. Or this playthrough. Yep, it's not here. I think it's in the middle section that we can drop down for the thing. And dogs are going off. Hopefully you guys don't hear that. The, whole 2 of you that will watch this throughout the week. Or 7 or so, Last week's, it's like my Saturday videos get a little more views than my Sunday videos, I guess. Or the streams. But none of them are live. Or very few. Once in a while I'll get one who shows up late on the live stream. Aria, this console over here looks like it still has some video data on it. Could you play it, please? Do 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 do. Here we go. Captain, I think we can get inside it from here. This is so frustrating. We wouldn't have to do this if we just sent drones in from the beginning. Sadly, that's not an option anymore. All our drones broke down as soon as they approached it. Take it up with Her Majesty the Queen. Yeah. It's quite deep, though. What shall we do, Captain? I'll go in first. You guys wait here. Contact headquarters if I don't make it back. Why do I sense a presence? Is there someone down here? This is Silfray 1 speaking. Access to Red Queen attained. Sending footage. In the late. The Gaia dust is too thick. I can't communicate with headquarters. Silfray 2, safety confirmed. Come down. Silfray 3, stay there. Understood. This appears to be the very center of the Red Queen. What's this? I've never seen a material like it. Should we take some with us? Yes, collect some samples. Oh. What is it? How odd. The Gaia dust is not as dense around here for some reason. But Captain, it's still Gaia dust. I don't want to look at it through glass. I need to see it with my own eyes. Captain? Is this the Astrum cell? Ah, what was that? It was sort of the little girl from earlier, but a different colors scheme? What is it? This is Silfray 3. Emergency. Red Queen is showing signs of activity. What? It wasn't meant to happen yet. Well, it is. Shoot, Captain, we have to retreat. Who are you? Captain! Do. In the recording. Wasn't that you, Arya? Yes, that was me. We had identified a material inside the Red Queen that had been causing abnormal waves and we went to investigate. Abnormal waves? Yes, we called the material the Astrum Cell. I put myself forward to be captain of the investigation. That video was a recording of when we arrived at the Astrum Cell, I think. What is this Astrum Cell? No one really knows. I only know of a theory that it's where the planet's genes are stored. So is that how your investigation ended? Was it left unfinished? I'm not too sure of that either. My memory of what happened during the Red Queen assignment is hazy. To be fair, you didn't seem yourself in that video. I may have been hallucinating or something. It's hard to believe that was me. What was I looking at? Arya, you sound like you've never seen this recording before. I haven't. This is the first time I'm seeing it. Could you have blank? It's probably what you're thinking. By some unexplainable phenomenon, I must have time traveled into your time period, just after this was recorded. No, you didn't. You really didn't. To me, what happened in that recording is the last thing that happened before I woke up in Harley's house. I see. That is how it appears from your timeline. Right, that's why I have no idea of how the rest of the Astro Cell research went after that. But judging by the looks of the research center, it doesn't look good. But still. No, I shouldn't jump to conclusions. We should be able to find out why I traveled back in time if we search through records. And find out what caused the disaster that led to me time traveling. I have to know what happened. Arya. I gotta find a way to distinguish between those two. They both have higher pitched voices. And I'm not good at that. The Seraph Memorial Garden. This is the section, like, I come here to grind. I just run this whole section and then into the next section. And it works well.
Let's get this over with.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Just piece of cake. I'm highly capable, you know.
Piece of cake. I'm highly capable, you know. Yeah, later on you get mining and you get like 2 from everything and blah blah blah. If you're doing all your side quests and getting all your bonuses and etc. etc. Up here's about to be one of the places I was talking about earlier with the you can choose to fall in or you can actually choose to jump past it and go around. Let's see, not this tier, I think it's the next tier. Promise fruit sapling, there we go, those are good. Yeah, so this is like I can choose to jump to step on there, or I can come over here and go up this way. I mean, it doesn't hurt to drop down at least once to go get that over there, so that's what we're gonna do.
Let's
Yep,
get this over.
right element. Wrong. Class, blah blah blah. Yeah, the perfect pair of juices to bring in here is apple juice and I think it's the orange juice. Because the orange juice does the poison cure, and there's things that cause poison damage in this dungeon. You know, these plants, the slimes, etc., etc. But we don't have access to really orange juice yet, because that's a frickin' winter fruit. Oh, we're taking continuous damage, but not poison, but still. It is a useful one to have up here.
This one isn't gonna be easy.
And that's what our frickin' fears look like in this dungeon. Giant frickin' plant thingies. Do. But yeah, you can see just how easily, like, I can do just fire damage and get through most of the things in this dungeon, and every now and then I'll have to change it up to ice. So a class that always does fire damage is just so useful. And this is an example. This is what I was talking about, like the stuff that you walk on it and take poison damage. Or just take damage. We're going to try and bypass it as much as we can this trip. Because we don't have multiples. Eventually we'll get to where we can like run this entire section top to bottom in one day. We're not there yet level-wise. But even then, you're going to want like 2 apple juices to come with you each time you do that. Here we go. There's a suspicious glowing device. It looks like you can climb inside. Try and enter the device? Yes! It's a healing pod. Begins to echo from in, as though something might be stuck. Then a huge... Oh! This cloud of smoke is blowing into the device. Smells terrible. You hurried out of the device. Whoops! You feel sick. Stamina decreased. You feel sick in the stomach. Which means healing stuff does wrong things. I was in the wrong thing. We did get an apple juice, though. So there's that. But yeah, we'll take like less healing from eating. Oh, while that debuff's on us. Not that we're gonna
I'm highly capable.
do much eating. I just want to get to the next elevator. But yeah, like this is a good dungeon for like grinding at like the late game, grinding and whatnot. You know, and then there's that the falling down from above thing again. But yeah, here we are. Here's what we were looking for. Take this down to the bottom floor. And we will teleport home. Call it a day on everything. Run, because it's almost 10. And you do get a... I don't know what the sleepy debuff does, but, you know, it is there. Eventually, at like midnight, it's like you are really sleepy or very sleepy or something like that to that effect. We're going to keep that in our inventory for now. We want to plant that in the morning. The nice thing about those is they harvest every season except for during the winter, I think. And it's so you get like, you know, 3 apples every other day and blah 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 yada yada yada.
Wow, you did
Ooh,
it.
cloud skill charge level 2, so now we can do 9 at a time. And nothing else for anyone else yet. Getting all these letters. We're gonna have tomorrow's session. It's gonna be another long first half as we're doing everyone's freaking character quests.
The veggies are simply bursting to be harvested. Hello, little
Doop.
crappies. Hello,
Doop.
little crappies.
Do. Doot. All right.
Drink up, lovelies.
All right, we are gonna do a thing right here. Bam. Promise fruit. It's gonna take a little while to grow, but once it does, it'll harvest every other day.
Is my number one speciality.
It's a good one to have. You know, because like their floor damage guard, you're gonna have a few dungeons that'll have floor damage things, which is always just good to get rid of. And bean rice. Boom. We have the 8 of those to replant. Yeah, but other than this, like I've been playing a lot of Skyrim the last several days. I'm still trying to get my SKSE working because my engine fix DLL is not working right or something like that. But other than that, it's a great game. I love it. I love doing modded stuff. There's, Legacy of the Dragonborn. Don't have a museum for all the everything in the game. Anyways. And technically with Hearthfire DLC, especially if you have the Anniversary Edition, which now adds in like farming and fishing and everything, Skyrim qualifies as being in the genre that we could play for this channel. Although, admittedly, Skyrim is. I love the mechanics and all that, or the ease of play for Skyrim, but Skyrim is, nothing compared to Morrowind. Like, if you could have the quality of life improvements from Skyrim while playing Morrowind, that would be awesome. Which is why Skywind is a project that's been in the works for forever, probably close to a decade. I don't know when they officially started it, but I mean, Skyrim's been out for 11, 12 years now. Morrowind's 20th anniversary was last year. And, no one, people are like, okay, Oblivion, Daggerfall, Blades, Arena, whatever. Everyone has their other games that they'll talk about in the series, but it's really, Skyrim because it's the most recent, or Morrowind because it was just had the world building. They did not skimp on the world building for Morrowind, but they have, with more recent titles. And that's the thing, a lot of people wish that Bethesda would go back to the world building as a primary function that they did with back in Morrowind. And some of the older titles that in games that they now own, like Fallout. Fallout 1 and 2 compared to like the Fallouts after Bethesda got their hands on it is a good example of how things change. And I think this might be the spot I was thinking of earlier, talking about where I can drop down. Yep. Drop down back and forth. Get a Canalu doll. And it takes us back to this. Boom. And now we just take the elevator right back up. Alright. Moving on. We're going to avoid this guy. Let him try to chase us around, but we're going to go all the way around. Yeah, this section is like the section that I do, so I know this section really, really well. I've been grinding so many levels out with this section. Oh, change my element. Reload. Do. Yeah, this week I'm going to be covering the Avenger and the Pilgrim class, which are interesting classes. The Avenger is one of my favorites. The Pilgrim's cool, I guess. It's a magical ranged class that does physical, like, slashing damage. So there's that. It's not my favorite class in the game, but, there's 12 classes. They can't all be winners. But yeah, you can see just how much poison that there is in this dungeon. So it's good to have something that cures poison. Which orange juice does? I think it's the orange juice, might be the peach juice. One of the two. This console is still alive too. Ah, the data on here were the continuation of the last recording. It's tagged Red Queen Investigation Team. Which means... this is the recording of what happened after I left. A person had just disappeared without a trace. I imagine that would have caused quite a commotion. This one is a voice recording. Ready? I'm going to start it. Examinee Childhood 1 is yet to regain consciousness. Brainwaves appear normal. So why won't the examinee wake up? We hypothesize that the examinee has lost consciousness, but their body is functioning normally. I wouldn't indulge such nonsense as the 21 grams theory, but it does seem conceivable that human consciousness requires certain conditions. Even with modern medicine, we have been unable to ascertain how the human consciousness, namely the sense of self, came into existence. According to evolutionary psychologist James, the sense of self developed in humans in order to compensate for physical weakness. In physical strength, we are inferior to monkeys, but in developing the self, we acquired a means of carrying our experiences forward into the future. But that doesn't really matter. I can't take any more of this. Will the world never hear her voice again? Or be moved by her great mind again? If she's just going to keep being used as a tool to understand the Red Queen, that's the end. It didn't sound like there was much of a commotion. That voice was... Do you know who it was? Continuing on. Oh, we're on the loose. Let's eat.
I owe you one.
Get some tacos. Oh, wait, no, we were already on fire. Gotta do that every now and then. Every now and then, that's one of the only downsides to this is you're like, what element am I on? You don't get that with the Aristotle because you visibly have the fairy for whatever your element is. It's hanging out with you. So it's pretty sweet. It's amazing. It's the ultimate, quote unquote, ultimate mage class that you get after completing a ton of the fairy orders. It's like each fairy's second or third to last final thing. Oh, here we go. There's a way to fall down to the other thing. So let's pop an apple juice, switch to the fighter class, because we got slimes. Or gellums, as they're called now. The azogellons. But yeah, you can't avoid... The only way to avoid taking 4 damage in here is to have apple juice. Fall on down. Bam. Large ice cores. Those are nice. I'd like large water cores. But, you know, we'll take what we can get. For the time being. Looks like Acel got poisoned or something earlier. You see he's taking damage still. Even though we killed everything except for this thing along the route. It is the Queen of Splendor homage. Yeah, even at like level 80 something, these things hit hard. The fears are some that are like honestly scarier. Yeah, the early level ones from like the Njord Steppe and Hegan Canyon aren't, but like the ones that you get into these later dungeons are scarier than the bosses. Like, there's at least one Canelo doll I can't get to right now because I have these ones that just do tons of damage in the second to last dungeon. And it's like I need to get, I need to activate them to get the door to be access to the door because they're blocking the door.
I owe you one.
And I can't fight them while the alarm's going off. Or I can't go through because you have to set off an alarm to get there. Nope, okay. There was not a chest underneath there. I think there's a spot in here, or maybe it's another dungeon I'm thinking of, where there's a thing like that. Anyways. Doot. Doot. Yeah, but yeah, you gotta, like, it's a dungeon that works very similar to the Castle of Illusion, and that you got, like, the laser tripwires that you have to trigger to fight the fear enemies in there, and they're blocking doors, so you have to trigger them to fight them to do it, but until you kill them, and they just hit really rapid and really hard, and it's like they're giant machine ones that fire guns, but their guns can fire through a giant frickin' pillar because their damage hit values are like, yeah, we don't care that there's a pillar in the way. You can't hide behind a pillar. We're just gonna shoot you. Yeah, over here is the other part that I was talking about that we could theoretically in this chapter do. Is there's a key card you need here. To get the card key for that, we have to get our Todokaku, that little weird writing chipmunk looking thingy, up to its max level. And then once we do that, we can like swim around in the water on the other planet, the other world, the main world. And there's a section where we'll have a hole we can dig with it and find the lost key card, which we can then bring back here to get in there. And I think that one's the scabbard. It's like this old rusty scabbard. And then chapter 8 we'll have a door that we can get through, that we can get this old rusty sword. And then with the two of those, we'll go back to where that guy was pointing out earlier is, and that's how you get samurai. There's something shining by the floor. This is a pain. Reach down, pick it up? Yes! You reach down to grab the shiny object, but you fumble it falls away from you. You hear a tink sound as it seems to land on the floor below. If you're familiar with Borderlands 2 and the crit quest, yeah, this is it. You keep trying to get this thing and it keeps falling down, falling down, falling down. You keep gotta go through the levels and levels and levels. So we go to the middle there. At least this way we can do the fast travel with that. There's something shining on the floor. It looks like the item that fell from the floor above. Reach down and pick it up again? Yes. Reach down and grab the shiny object, but a monster suddenly approaches you from the side. You brace yourself, but it falls away from you again. Fall to the next floor, the monster attacks. Do 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 do. At least we're getting some good nectar pineapple seeds from this run. Lower there. Finally get the dang thing. Something shining by the floor. Looks like the item that fell from the floor above. Reach down and pick it up? Yes. You check to make sure there's nothing nearby, then cautiously reach out a hand. You were able to grab the object without it falling this time. You got a sunstone. Hooray! Sunstones are nice. They're sell for, I think, 5,000 Rilla or something like that. So they're worth having to sell, but there are things that I'm like, this is a worthy reward for whatever you put up with, and there's ones that I'm just like, that's not. Okay, we're gonna do. Alright. Oh, dang it, I missed. Yeah, these guys are weak to fire. Later on, you'll find versions of these guys that are weak to ice, or maybe they were earlier. I forget. This game uses a lot of reskin the enemy with swapping its elemental resistances and weaknesses. Usually, it's like inverse. It's not so bad as like some games where you have like 18 different ones. Like they do have the 3 or 4 different versions of the gels or slimes or whatever you want to call them in this game, but most of them it's like you have 2 versions of the same thing, or like one's weak to fire and the other is to ice or something like that. The other ones that really are all over like different color palette swaps or the elementals, which makes sense. There's another recording here by the same researcher. Could you play it, please? It has been decided that we will vacate the research facility. Where we will go next is unknown. We now leave the continuation of our kind to the Seth. This is the end for humanity. We've become a species that can't sustain ourselves, like livestock. But it's our own fault for not managing to live properly as humans. Intelligence is dangerous, and we are unable to keep it under control. We couldn't even avoid a third world war, so we have no choice but to surrender control to them. I did all that I could as a scientist. I resisted it until the very end, but this will be the last era in human history that we existed as humans. Childhood 1, you're really showing no signs of waking up, are you? I wonder what you're dreaming about. I won't wish for you to wake up. I'm tired of wishing for things that won't come true. But I do wish that I had just one more chance to be a dad to you again. Childhood 1. I mean, my sweet daughter, Aria. That's the end of the recording. Yeah, because we didn't see that with the last recording. Was he talking about you? So that was Arya's father speaking? But no, that can't be right. Look at me, I'm here in your time period, alive and well. So why did he say I wasn't waking up? Maybe I didn't disappear from that time period mid-investigation after all, then. But then, who is this me, here, now? Calm down. You are real, Arya Leventhal. I can confirm that to you. They hid this. You know what happened, don't you? Answer me! Tell me what happened! I know you know everything. Where did everyone go? Where are my mom and dad? They left the country and transferred to another department, right? Where are they? Allow me to answer that. Doop doop doop. Shouldn't you be dead? Geist, did you crawl back out of hell? I know what you're thinking, though I wish you'd give me a break with those trite responses of yours. I am not the same Geist as the one that menaced you before. My personality is totally different. What's that supposed to mean? Exactly what I said. We're not good at analogies, I'm afraid. In any case, I must apologize for what my former self did to you. I'm sorry. He does sound like a completely different person, but it could be a trap. It's not. He has a different personality from the guys who tried to destroy the world. How can he have a different personality? What do you mean? I will explain it as we go along. Now, Arya, I would answer your question, but it's better that you see it for yourself. If you want to know what happened here and where humanity went after that, then you should go to the place where it all started. You mean the top floor of this tower? Yes, we have no time for indecision. Let us keep moving. Yeah, he's kind of like your guide through the next several chapters. whether you like that or not. Where are Paradise Hatches? Yeah, you can see now, it's like we're starting to get a lot of the red poison stuff on the ground and blah blah blah. I only have one taco left, so let's go make some food before we call it a day and do the third section. Give me a meat. Let's see. We have enough of. No, we don't. We only have seven. I mean, 6 is enough to do stuff with, I guess. But not really. What we can do is, since we also didn't mess around with the things, is do the other stuff around the farm. Like, let's see. Do we have anything here to put in the thing? Yes, we do. Perfect. Yep. And I don't really care for feed machines. Boop. Use 9 of those. 1 of those. Do. Alright, we got all those done. Let's go do some cooking. We really need to go and buy recipes from other places and then turn them in and yada yada yada, but actually we can do that now. Let's go do that. I know we don't have any Shatola recipes. So let's go get some Shatola recipes.
I hope you bring back souvenirs.
Actually, you know what we'll actually do? We'll do the ones from Abandoned Eden. That'll get us the bomb recipe part 2, the level 2 one, as well as some food recipes, which will be really good. The bunny buns especially are really good for this part of the game. There's also the Phantasmo churros that we got the recipe from last time, or last Saturday. So, session before last. And those are really, really good. They regenerate health, in addition to what you heal when you eat them. So they help you keep going. But, yeah, bomb level 2 recipe, 7,500. That's going to be a good chunk. Lost Sweets recipes gives you the bunny buns, green tea shaved ice, melting chocolate fondant, forbidden apple pie, salmon rice balls, nikujaga, premium tuna sushi, curry rice, etc. We can make a bunch of those and come turn them in over here and make good money. Eventually. Like the last one caps out at like 5,000 or 6,000 per, but like we haven't made this. Make the rice balls. So heal 2,300, do ice damage ups, which is good for if you're like the mage or you're doing ice a lot on the Avenger. Nikujaga. Yep. Lump potato stew. You know, good for your magic defense, whatever. Curry rice. premium tuna sushi. I think we're missing the wasabi for that one. It's good healing. Earth damage up, so the only thing is the only class you have that does earth damage, unless you've unlocked the Aristotle, is the mechanic, and the mechanic is so slow, and only 2 of its stacks do earth damage. Oh, we got the wasabi. What are we missing? The Great King Tuna. Forbidden apple pie. Do. Oh, we need an egg for that. Bunny buns. These are good. These are decent healing for about this point in the game. And I think they have like, yeah, your skill cooldown speed up and your physical attack up. You know, they're not amazing, but they get the job done. And now we can go run, turn in a bunch of those recipes and get some money. And so on. Let's see. Yeah, we still need to
I hope you
find a good
souvenirs.
something to heal ourselves with beyond tacos. Because we are kind of getting to that point where the tacos are gonna start falling off as we level up. Let's see. I think we can come in here until 10. Could be wrong. It might be 9. Yep, it's pretty late. So we have to do that tomorrow. Lame. Turn home. Man, let's find something we can use to heal. Because the tacos. I mean, we can make the latte ratatouille, but like tacos are 2200 hit points. Bunny buns are also 2300, so they're a little bit better. But you know, or we can do that way and get them at 3400. 3450. We'll do just 2 of those for now, since we don't have a lot of quality stuff. Let's take everything but the quality ones out. Just because tomorrow we're gonna do a thing. We can do bomb level 2. There we go. We got 1 exactly that we can make. And we are going to use it. Because this will let us get our final of the things. We'll use it in the morning. I'll show you guys where that is. But it'll get us the Echo Stone for the Mage class, which I know we don't use a lot. We have equipped right now, but you know, we basically don't use it. Considering we're using the Fighter and the Mage and the Avenger, would be better off using something other than Mage. You get something like the Sky Lancer or the Shadow Walker for those passive boosts, or Mechanic, any of the physical classes. But yes, coming back here now, we can bomb this, which will get us access to back here. These things will almost always, I think I've seen once, so they don't give you Sacred Lumber. But Sacred Lumber is useful for your level 3 machines. There's more, and the Mage's Echo Stone. Boom. All done. So we got some good stuff. We can do more good stuff. And now we'll go take care of our crops. Because it's so exciting to do crops. Woo! I know, it's...
Looks like some of the crops are ready to harvest.
It's not these ones. These guys have several days left to go. Got watermelon juice, got our apple juice. Do you have snake plants? Those are nice.
Hello, little crappies.
And grapes. There we go. And water the crops. And we're good.
Drink up, lovelies.
Drink up, lovelies. Yeah, the only thing I like to have with the elite classes is just how late in the game you get them. You have to be
See you later.
really, really busy doing fairy stones or fairy orders in your first year, and you still have to be in the winter to get the Aristotle the earliest, and you're probably going to be more likely into spring and or summer of your second year, just because of trying to get summer stuff done. Um, and then the earliest you can unlock the samurai classes near the end of chapter 8. And chapter 9 is non-existent. It's very much like chapter 5, which we did on a side quest day, because it was like, yep, that's basically a side quest. It's tied to the main story, but it's basically a side quest. It's just going around talking to people. And that's chapter 9. It's a very short. There's no combat. There's no dungeon. I mean, you have a kind of a. I'll hesitate to call it a dungeon. It's a place you don't get to go back to ever again, but it is a. You're walking the whole thing. Oh, we didn't lock up yet. Because we wanted to do all of this. So. Oh, why am I on frost again? There's like hardly ever anything in here that's weak to frost. Most things are weak to fire in this dungeon. So yeah, coming through like Aristotle's probably the one I'm going to be playing with most this week while I'm finishing up the last couple classes to grind up. I've only got the Aristotle, the Lunamancer, and the Salt Savant left to get the levels up on and getting their stuff unlocked. But yeah, kind of like a platforming thing here, and then you can fall down from that and go, oh no! Promised fruit. Oh yeah, as I was saying, there's not a whole lot of fruit things weak to fire or frost, and here's 2 of them right here. And of course, I could have just run across the whole thing from the other side, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I could have just run across that and just dealt with the 2 slimes. But then I would have missed out on the chest. Do. Piece of cake. And voila, we get to keep going. Running on up, running on up. Do. But yeah, this is probably, like I said, this is probably hands down my favorite dungeon in the game. It has a very Fallout feel to it. You're going through the abandoned ruins of an old building. And it's not quite right what you would imagine a real world building to be like anymore, because you got all the fantastical elements involved. So it's fun like that. What do we got over here? I forget. There's something sitting on the dilapidated old desk. Do you want to pick it up? Yes, we do. We want to pick up everything. Reach out and grab what's sitting on the desk. You receive some trap liquid. But you knock over a nearby vial and smashes on the ground. Oh, this might be what I was thinking of earlier with fear. A thick smoke erupts from the broken vial. It smells a little sweet, but it doesn't seem to do anything to you. The smell does attract a dangerous monster into the room, though. The monster attacks. Yeah, that's what it was. You can run out and make it disappear, though. So that's, whatever. Makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but hey, it's a thing that you can do. And we can come down here. Grab chest. Crimson Iron is used for weapon upgrades. So there's always that. We might be doing some weapon upgrading tomorrow. If I can raise the money.
Let's get
With
this
tomorrow's session, I mean, not tomorrow in-game. Yeah, it's always nice to have one close combat character who gets to be the tank. And Aesel is a good tank.
Keep going a while longer.
Hard siltstone. Do. Okay, yeah, we're gonna eat a taco before we do this fight. Crit. Bonus up. And kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. Boom, boom, boom. Trap liquor, powder leaf. Powder leaf can be used to make green tea in the fermenting barrels. We haven't done that already. Let's see. Have we? Yes. We also have been upgrading our jobs, any. So let's do this. Crescent /3 to get Enlightened Dawn. You knew we had to get that. We'll get the 4th ability first. And then Mage. Same thing. Freezing 3. So the next time we can get Absolute Blitz, which is it's like Frost and Lightning, if I remember right. I did a guide on this a couple weeks ago. Mage class is good. It's good to have as like a passive class that you don't really play as much, but you equip with one of the other classes that does magical damage. We got 2 of these here, so we're just going to go through the middle with the ground protection. Kicking butt, taking names. They're named Frost Elementals and now Labradors. I don't know. The world building of this game is okay. It's not phenomenal, fantastic, and successful games don't do world building that well sometimes. So I don't want to seem like I'm becoming harsh on it. Skyrim versus Morrowind. Morrowind has way more world building than Skyrim. See, girl has contacted Red Queen, but her investigation bears no results. However, she did learn that consciousness is extremely special. Explaining activity to spirit is difficult without first suggesting the existence of the soul. Girl continues to sleep as though all she has lost is her soul, as if it were some new form of living. Gotta love that dig at Arya. Yeah, she learned the importance of consciousness. Let's see. Whoops. Was there yes, there's a chest out here. And you can see now why I was saying that the floor covering damage protection things are really important in this dungeon. Which usually means apple juice is your easiest access. And in here we got another little gathering point for more pineapple seeds. Oh, I need to plant some of those tomorrow. In game, we should have 9 by now. Nothing else over here for interesting stuff. Boom. And we need to do fire because we were on frost because of the shepherds. Let the Aegis do its thing on him. He can be stunned all we care. All they want. Because he's not that useful in this dungeon as anything but a tank. Oh, I got stunned too. But yeah, your other characters don't do that much damage. Yeah, someone asked me on one of my videos, is like, why are you using other party members? Or why are there other 2 characters? Like, because the game allows it?
Let's get this
And that wasn't that was the quietest video. They're like, why do you have other characters with you? Because this wasn't a showcase of just, you know, the class stuff. It was the dungeon thing. So, you know, it is what it is. Some people are like, oh, you gotta do it just solo. I'm like, no. There's no reason to play this game solo. You know, having the other characters to take damage away from you, as you can see how much I just took, can definitely be beneficial. So, alright. Both of you are weak to slashing, so let's do some slashing. This is going to be one of those areas like we saw earlier at the start of this section, where you got the, oh, I've got to, you know, walk at a weird, like all the weird angles, make sure I don't fall in thing. Except this one isn't an option. If you fall off here, you gotta go out and start all over. And on the plus side, you have a Canelo doll you can get, but you have to jump to it and platforming again. But it's not like the constant moving platforming of the section last session in the Phantasmagoria. You can just easy jump there, easy jump back. Oh, or not. Like I said, the controls for platforming in this game are not as sensitive as they should be if they want to do any platforming puzzles. You know, you can press it, but it's like a delay between when it gets. Whereas, like, you know, you get a dedicated platforming game like a Mario or something like that, and oh no, the jumping on those are pretty accurate. You know, you gotta have good timing with your platforming. That's one of the distinctions of a good platforming game from a bad one, is how responsive the controls are. I don't know how you got around from that side, but okay. Yeah, you guys aren't resistant to fire. You're just weak to ice. These guys are resistant to ice, but weak to fire. So we stick with fire. Yeah, you can entirely just run this with a fire only class. Yeah, never switching over to the ice for the Avenger or switching to any of the other elements for Aristotle. Girl seems to have come to be known as Childhood 1. One would assume this represents the pre-evolutionary juvenile stages. The name amuses the romanticism of the academics who absurdly wish to keep a positive outlook on the situation. As the only one in contact with the Astrum cell, she will become a test subject as she receives treatment. If the world were at peace, this would be considered a violation of human rights. I understand the powerlessness of our civilization, now that the world is on the verge of destruction. Alright. And my backpack is full. Well, that is annoying. It's only 6:42. Do we have an elevator recently? No. We'll continue on. Let's see. There's an old container on the floor. It seems to have some liquid inside. You look closer to see the liquid is reddish color, or purple in color, and kind of gloopy. On the side of the container are the faint words, "Beware overconsumption." The liquid seems to be some kind of drink or beverage. Drink it? Yes. You take off the lid and drink the gooey liquid. You feel instantly re-energized. You recover a lot of health and stamina. You catch a glimpse of the lid and see the word "correct" written on it. What on earth does that mean? Yeah, they're just trying to be vague for vagueness, like weirdest sake in there. It's like Alien, but without something to ground it in. It's like what? I don't know. This game, I mean, all games have their pros and their cons, and their issues, and blah blah blah. This is an annoying fight until you come back at like level 80 with a samurai, and then this becomes a joke because the samurai has this ability that's just a massive area of effect that just destroys everything. And they respawn if you get too far out. That's the annoying thing with these guys. It's just like, you know what, screw it, we're gonna go past them. We're just gonna bypass them. Because we want to come over here, yep, to the elevator. We can teleport home and do some frickin' cooking, make some money. And from the stuff that we did cook, make something that we did for ourselves, for food for in the dungeon. Put everything here into that. Tacos are good. Oh, we need to turn that in too. No, tacos aren't, I don't think, in a thing, but whatever. We're gonna go past through Lethe on the way up. Anyways, let's go. We can actually hit Lethe afterwards, because they close at 10 and they don't have the, oh, it's late, you should come back later thing that we do with Arya's new house, which is also our ship to the Under Dungeons that we're currently doing. So, we want to hit this before it hits 9. Yay! Yeah, it's 9. I thought it was 9. Yeah, if we're in here at 9 o'clock, it's like, oh, it's getting late, you get kicked out. Like I was talking about that last time with the temple. It's not like some games where you're like, oh, I got in just in time. Like, nope, they will kick your ass out. Like, well, fine. I didn't want to be here anyways. Oh, let's use the teleport crystal just because we can. Oh, wrong guy. And we want to talk to this guy. Did you bring human food? Yes, we did. Salmon rice balls. Curry rice. Apple pie. Bunny buns. There's our mining level 2. The pure medicinal porridge. That's a recipe for one of these over here. We made 6. Kinds of food you brought him now. You'd like to try something a little different next time if you don't mind. If we make any more food, bring it back. But we just made a bunch of money, as you can see. More recipes as well. So now let's return home. And we'll go to Lethe, because I know the veggie muffin, which is a really good... Let's take a look at this. Here it is, the veggie muffin. Skill cooldown speed up, break increase up 200%. Not great for healing in the late game, but you find a boss that you're like, I know exactly what your weaknesses are. You eat one of those and you hammer in on them, and then you can do those specialty attacks of your party members. Especially if you've got Braca and Arya in your party, you're gonna just tear through the break gauge. The downside to that is, well, the characters, their individual character abilities might not do that much damage. You saw me doing it with Braca on the last boss. But they are what they are. Food delivery. What can we turn in? I know we can do the veggie muffin. Hi, Harvey. Did you bring food? Just a veggie muffin. That's it. Lame. Well, chili corn soup we can't make until winter because one of its ingredients is the ice fruit or winter fruit. Lantern pumpkin gratin we can't make for another few days. I forget what's all in the Lethe special dinner. That makes 6 different meals you brought so far. You're doing great. Could you bring us a few more dishes? Yep, he appreciates it. The good news is we have money that we can now use for stuff. And we're going to have more soon. In a couple days, we'll have the pumpkins harvestable. Oh, they are going to be, well, worth it. Oh, I don't know why I just teleported to the general store. But yeah, the pumpkins, you get good money from the pumpkins. Tacos. Let's make some tacos. Let's see, Lethe. Special dinner. We need, what is the other thing we're missing? The pumpkin. Mont Blanc. Yeah. Tacos though. Man, tacos. Okay, I'm hungry, okay? Tacos. I need to have, my protein drink, quote unquote, snack. I need to drink that real quick while we're looking at our stats for the day. Hopefully leveled up. Yep, we leveled up. Only once. But we got +2 to everything. That's nice. Much better. It's also good on my voice because it was, a drink. Didn't ship anything, so we made no money yesterday. That's a pity. Yeah, summer year 2, and you get like a thing of 24 of the bellhops, and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm making 36 things of hop juice every single day and selling them, and you make good money in your second year. But your first year, it's just like, nope, you struggle to make money because it's like you gotta have money to make money, and you don't have the processing machines yet because you haven't done anything. So there's, it's one of the problems with this game is it's the economy behind it is just ridiculous. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, okay, there's got to be more I can do with it. Clean it out with a drink of water. So we can continue on with our dungeon. Got more eggplant, got some rainbow beans, got some more grapes. Yeah, we'll tear through this one pretty fast. In fact, I feel like I got to sneeze. I did have to sneeze. Excuse me.
Hello, little crabbies.
Hello, little crabbies.
Hello, little crabbies. Hello, little crabbies.
Excuse me again. Nothing over here. Got another one of these. Go check out our 2 biomes, because it's been a little bit since we checked either of them. Good times. We have all of those. Oh, it sounds like my cat, my other cat is trying to get in here. He likes to sit at the door and stick his paw under until he can get rid of him. Nope, I was wrong. Then I let him in and he flops down and looks at, just sticks his paw back at the door he's the epitome of, in or out, kind of the meme of that. Ooh, while we're in here, we've got all these. We can plant 6 of those.
Hello, little crappies.
Do,
Hello,
do, do,
little
do.
crappies. Hello, little crappies. Hello, little crappies.
Dude. Eventually we get this where we can plant 9 at a time.
This.
But then our harvesting gets to being able to pick up 25 at a time, so it's like, come on, guys. That'll probably be a thing I discuss on my final updated farming guide if I do a final third one, but I don't know that I will. We'll see where we're at with the playthrough here. Let me just use this. By the time I finish up everything in a couple weeks, I might do 1 or 2 more videos on like the farm, or
Bye-bye.
there's one I want to do probably on like what the processing machines and what all you can process in them, since the game is not good at telling you that. So, um, other than that, you know, I got nothing. There's not a whole lot to talk about with this game. Let's see. Oh, there. Pumpkin seeds. Give me 12. Yeah, we're gonna be spending all our money on these this season, but it's worth it. They'll find out why in a little while. While we're in here, let's see if we can't get one of the pens. We do eventually want to get the pens, even if it's just the level 1 ones.
Come to me any.
Hooray, we can! Let's get the Clefel pen.
Please, come again.
And then we'll get some money. Somehow, we'll figure something out. We'll sell some stuff. Or we'll hit up Chatoll. We may just take this as a day to do the farm, do the cooking, etc., etc. Let me see. What do we have recipes for? We have Namiya. We do have Chatolla. We do not have Arjan. Okay, well, we can do that. Yeah, we'll make some money doing that kind of stuff. And that way tomorrow when we get 6,000, we'll buy the other pen, and then the next day we'll actually buy one of each animal. It'll take a little bit of time to build up, but that's fine. I mean, I've only got my level 2 coops, I think, or maybe my level 3s on my playthrough. You don't really need them unless you really want to do those parts of the, I think it's the water fairies stuff, but once you reach a point, they're kind of like, okay, I've got plenty of eggs, I got plenty of milk, what am I doing with it? Oh, wait, let's get, these. We know that's not one, because that's something you get through a dungeon. Let's go on down to Chatolla. Oh, wait, no. Before we do that, let's go make some of the stuff we know we can cook from there that we haven't done yet. Like, I know the Seasons is on there.
Welcome home.
I don't remember what else is on there. Unless I want to go check my pictures. I took pictures on my home screen here thing. You know, We can check here and see. There's there's Lethe. There we go. Like the seasons, this smoothie, Vongola, Great King tuna tartare, etc. We're not gonna finish it, I don't think, on this because I don't care enough about the fishing in this game to do it on stream for you guys. It's boring to watch. It's boring to do. So I don't want to have to expose that you guys to that. It's boring enough to do, but it's like watching golf. It's like, okay, come on, yep, we're sitting here talking, waiting for the thing. I don't remember how good this is. This is a dish or a drink. I don't know if that qualifies as a drink or yeah, it counts as a food, even though it's just a cocktail. Still, that's not bad. 22 hit point, 100 hit points, 500 stamina. But like, you got peach juice, lemon juice, grape juice, orange juice. I think like 2200 hit points is not enough for all of those. I could be wrong. Whatever. We'll go on down to Shadola. We'll turn in some stuff. We'll make money. We're not going to even bother with our gin today. A lot of it's recipes. I mean, we could probably get some money from a few of their recipes right now, but there's ones that just like, you gotta wait till you get your winter crops. Because you need the winter fruit, or whatever it's called. Kind of like the chilled corn chowder that we need requires something from that. So, I mean, they do have some seeds for autumn, like the lump potatoes, but we can get those in Lethe, which is the autumn town. Woo. Even though apparently our home, which is right outside it, because close enough to be, or far enough out to be all of the seasons. Yep, 7,500 Grilla. There we go. Yeah, the only thing we're missing from here is the Great King of Tuna Tartar, which requires us to fish. I'm not gonna bother it. This is the fishing in this game is not that interesting. I mean, let's look at it. I mean, everybody compares this to Rune Factory as its closest competitor, is the RPG balance. Rune Factory has the Actually, we can go buy the recipes. Let's go do that. Since that was bigger than I was expecting it to be. You have the individual fish. You gotta like try and aim it to where the fish is and find the right fish size for what you're wanting to catch and all of that. Stardew Valley has the whole fishing mini game to it. This is I hit the button, I sit and wait until my controller vibrates, or you get the announcement on the screen. I press the button and I reel it in automatically. There's no strategy. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna aim my pole over in this direction or try to do this. No, it's just this says this is where you can fish. You just press the button. They didn't put the in depth into the side stuff. It's and Skyrim is very similar with the fishing. With the what? That's a mod. That's not something from a big old company. And sometimes the modders are much better than what the companies put in too. So to justify what the modders, or not to try and poo-poo on what modders do, because modders do some great stuff, but here we go. Yeah, and some of these require like fishing, to turn in. There's one somewhere in here called like a herring with a fur coat or something like that. We have to find. Oh, looks like we had a hiccup there with our OBS. Hopefully all is good now. All right. Taking just a break for 1 day break in game from the dungeon to get all our stuff together so we can go kick butt, take names, etc. We'll fly since it's over there and it's a little faster to do it this way. Not a lot faster, but you know, it gets its job done. Anyways. And yes, I've been making myself hungry talking about tacos. I really want tacos. I've got a meeting coming up in the next week or so with my trainer where we'll start discussing the next month's meal plan and all that. And I'm gonna be like, let's throw in some like tacos and pizza and stuff like that because he wants to expand the menu, blah blah blah. I want your help. You did bring the meals. Yes, yes, we get it. We're bringing you meals right now. 3 of them, in fact. It's 1,000, 1,500 with a fence recipe, and 2,000 with the herring and fur coat recipe. That's one of those ones I was just talking about, which will get us over here for this. But you know, we need to be the ice cream. We need to be in winter to make because it requires it makes 3 different meals. Awesome. Please keep bringing different foods. Blah blah blah. Love a few more dishes. They all have 9 dishes. Exactly. I don't know. But yes, I'm hungry for new foods. Like, it's near the end of my current. We do a 1 month cycle, kind of get my body used to things, and then we confuse it and all that for my plans. And I've lost like 30 pounds in 6 months, so it's been working, but it can get boring at times, and it's like I really want pizza and tacos and that kind of stuff. Anyways, we can't make tacos here, can we? Uh, we can make regular tacos. We just don't have enough of the corn or something for the good ones. So, we may have to move on to a better something. Rainbow bean curry soup. Yeah, we also want to hold on some corn for other recipes that we might need to put onto a thing. That looks good. That's one thing I like about this game is the cooking. The cooking is not complex, but the meals look good. They really put in a lot of effort into like the art style of it. So, you know, I know I kind of talk down on this game a lot. You know, it's just I'm disappointed with it, and it could have been so much better. But it's not all bad. It has its pros. It's just not where it has the good stuff is not the areas that I care as much about. You know, the story and the gameplay. You know, those are the things you come to for gaming, and they're kind of not as good. We'll do some fishing as I'm talking, I guess. I know I was saying I was going to do it, but you know, this is how not exciting it is. I'm sitting here. Yep, we're waiting. Just waiting. Oh, there we go. I pressed a button. I got a fish. I can sell it for like 90 gorilla. The you can sell it for money. Fish are not good. Even like the rare fish that you can catch, and if you're not turning them in for the quest because you've already done that, and then you're just selling them because you're still catching them, they're not good money. Your best money makers in this game are the side quests and late game some of the crops. Um, like the pumpkins, or doing processing, like using your high tier, like your level 3 ones to get like I was saying, you put in 25 for the dessert maker or the fermenting barrel, you put in 25 of whatever you're putting and you get 36 pack. So like I put in 25 of the nectar cane and get 36 sugar and I sell all those. That's how you make money in this late in this game. Um, so your crops that you regrow are good for that. Your trees are good for that because those will be good for getting stuff and stuff that processes into something specific. Because you know, turning pumpkins into vegetable juice is just not the idea. It's like no, don't do that. I don't know if you can do that, but that would be an example of vegetable juice doesn't sell for much, but pumpkins sell for a lot. And you have examples of that in uh other games like Stardew is like, you know, do you sell it as the iridium quality, star fruit, or do you process it? Which is worth more gold per day, looking at that. This one is just, I don't know. I don't care enough about this one to try and break it down to the gold per day kind of thing that we do with Stardew. Um, and there are people who absolutely do love this game more than I do, but it's an okay game. It's like I played it. One of the reasons I'm just so tired of it is, like I said, this is effectively my second playthrough on the game, and we're on maybe 3 months that it's been out, if that. Um, I don't think it's been that because we've had a few weeks now that I'm on the double episodes, and we're only on episode what 13, so 13 or 14, something like that. Um, I think it's episode 14. So we've been at it for maybe 11, 12 weeks. I don't know. What I do know is, trying to play this game isn't so good that playing it back to back like that in such a short time is like exciting. There's no new game plus, so there's no benefits to it. Um, there's a post game. Great. Whatever. I don't know. I think I'm gonna make a little Google poll kind of thing for people to fill out or something like that, so we can find out. Hey, what do you guys prefer? Next, and if we don't get any votes, well, I'll play frickin' Rune Factory or something next. Just ready to be done with this and move on. There's Rune Factory's got 7 games out now so far, 5 mainline and 2 spin-offs. We're getting we're getting a remaster of the 3rd game later this year. They're talking about, but not really going into details about a new spin-off. Um, they're calling it a new Rune Factory series. So I don't know if it's gonna be the first of a set of spin-offs. What they play with that one, but that looks cool. Let's see, money, 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 money. And we're gonna watch. I'm not gonna get a ton of money from all of those that I just sold. I might get like 500 or 600 Grilla if I'm lucky. And the one that looked kind of like an angelfish, the Azur's Brad or whatever it was, or Angelican or something. Yeah, Argentinian. Yeah, 720 Grilla. I had 4 high quality gazing card for 280, and I got almost as much as that from just 2 of the Argentinians. Most of these things, you do not make good money from the quote unquote making gold ones, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll do a video in a few weeks after I finish the class guide talking about how to make money in this game.
I like those who at least try.
I like those who at least try. Let's see. Dupe. Dupe. We're trying to get as many of these things done as we can. I would love to make the sprinkler level 2, for example. I can't find the freaking stones for it. Anyways. Let's go take care of our crops, water them, harvest the ones that can be harvested, etc., etc. It's showing off that, yes, we have a Clefairy pen. It always likes to show off whenever you get a new pen or upgrade it. You can now use it. Yay. Clefairies are weird in this game. There'll be times that, like when it's raining, none of your animals come out. That's kind of standard. Whatever.
Crabbies?
There's times where it's not raining and
Hello,
I almost called them go-goats.
crabbies.
Your Woolums are out and about, but your Clefairies your Clefairies, your basically your chickens versus your goats. Your goats will be out and your chickens will be like, screw that, we're staying inside. And it's just like, okay, what the heck is going on here?
Looks
So-
like some crops ready for harvest.
I don't know any crops that are ready for harvest. I harvested them all. Unless you're talking about in one of the biomes. Let's go check the biomes. I thought we just got these yesterday. Yeah, those ones aren't ready. Must be in the cave. Yeah. See the pepper over here.
Hello, little crabbies.
There we go. Alright. Main part of the farm. We don't have any more. Oh, we do have some of those. We need 2 more to replant the rest that we want. We'll get some more Eden rice. And yeah. What do we want to process? Empty battery, 2 of those. Yeah, I got nothing. That I really am like, oh yeah, I gotta process that right now. A lot of stuff we just don't have a lot of right now. I mean, I could do the dessert thing. But I don't have 9 of any of the ones that I want to make it into just yet, I don't think. Didn't look like it, but too far. Yeah, I got 8 and 1, 8 and 1. Oh, that's that. Yeah, 8 and 1, 8 and 1 on both of those. I could do some of these, but that would just be to sell them. Which I guess is a good moneymaker. That might be something I do is for that guide is do 9 of those in there and 9 of the, or I just put them in the fermenting barrel too. Yeah. Yeah, 9 in the fermenting barrel versus 9 in the dessert maker. See what they sell for. Or just 1 in each. Let's just do that. While we're in this, we'll find that out this way. And so we'll go dessert maker 1, fermenting barrel 1, and we'll make those tomorrow, and then we'll sell them, and then boom, we'll find out which sells for more. Little moneymaker tips like that, because we're bored. We really are. This is, I it's rare that I have those moments like that where it's like, okay, I have this, I need to do this, I need to do this. You know, Stardew Valley or Rune Factory or other games in the kind of genre, you have a lot of that. Oh, I gotta go do this now. I'm gonna do this now, and I gotta go do this and this. And this one, you're just like, all right, my stuff's been done. And I see I have nothing left over here for that guy. That one, we'll go get the. I keep wanting to call him a go-go. It's not the Woolums. We'll go get a Woolum pen. And then tomorrow we can buy one of each
Welcome.
animal. Yeah, we can buy that. We're not going to.
Please, come again.
But yeah, I can definitely see why some people would say that the farming feels like it's tacked on. In this game, it's definitely there to service the RPG rather than to add on as the whole. Like Rune Factory, the farming and the RPG sides are interchanged, like very, very intertwined. You know, you do the farming to get the material, you know, you do the farming and the adventuring to get your materials for both cooking and better equipment and all that, and you're crafting all that. And in this game, it's like, nope, I go out to the adventure and I get all the materials to upgrade my weapons at the blacksmith, and you know, I might find some seeds specifically in a dungeon, like especially the late game stuff. But mostly the dungeons are the 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 food the farming is for cooking to make food for the dungeons, and that's your extent. You know, it's not even that good of a moneymaker until really late. Once you got like your like I said, your level threes, your level twos, etc. Anyways, all right, we're gonna put these over here where they were. All right, now we can turn in all or put all our seeds away, and let's go frickin' dungeon dive again.
See you later.
We've spent a ton of time on the farm in the last couple days and cooking and whatever else we needed to do. Now we did need to do that because we need ingredients for the tacos or something else to improve our stuff. And I mean, even late game, that's going to be a perpetual issue of I need to grow stuff just for making food that I like to have for the dungeons. But the food is not always the most viable, and blah blah blah, and figure out what's best. And I mean, any game is going to be like that. I mean, Rune Factory, you have foods that are good early game that aren't great late game, but then you got other ones like milk, like just the warm milk that become phenomenal throughout, especially for like your energy regeneration, not your health necessarily. But you know, Rune Factory's also got skills, and it's one thing I love about Rune Factories. It's like, oh yeah, no, we got skills. You want skills? Let's talk about skills for anything and everything. You want a skill for sleeping, walking, bathing? Yeah, we got it. So, you know, it is what it is. We're going this way, I believe. Doom, doom, doom. Alright, got the monolith fragments. Woo! We have done. Oh, right, now we're getting 2 of these on mining, because we got the mining level 2 from one of the things that we turned in. There's a gathering level 2 that you get from another one that gets you the same thing, where you get 2 of each item.
Piece of cake. I'm highly
Do,
capable.
do, do. Black plate, promise fruit, yada, yada, yada. Okay, what is out here on this ledge? Oh, it's a chest. Nice, let's go get it. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it till 9 Eastern time tonight, or 7 o'clock my time. Probably stop around in another hour or so. I'm kind of hungry. I know I just had my snack, but it's a protein drink. It's not exactly filling. It's liquid with chocolate powder in it, or it's water with chocolate powder in it specifically. I don't even get it with milk or anything like that. It makes it nice. Yeah, this is another part of why I like this dungeon. You have like, oh, we got to go all the way up, and now you get this whole section. It's like, no, the way to progress forward is to fall through the floors.
Piece of cake.
It's very much that Fallout ruins feel to it, and I love it. And you're like, okay, how am I gonna get out here? Am I gonna go around? And yes, you can do that, or you can fall down there, which leads to, let's see, we're here, so the next floor down would be that there, which we can work our way back up. Yeah, there's so much good stuff with this dungeon.
I owe you one.
I wish more dungeons were this awesome in this game. I really do. Spend time with the repair kit fixing this. Boom. We can come out here and, oh, hey guys, I'm on the wrong class for fighting you guys. Not anymore. And this is like, you can see, I'm just standing on this stuff that would be painful. Like, imagine with Breath of the Wild and you just had entire dungeons where all you had was that, I forget what they call it in the game, but the Ganon crud that you find sometimes. But you couldn't remove it from, like, shooting those eye things, you just had to put up with it. Oh, unfortunately the buff does not last too long. On the plus side, we haven't had to use make any tacos yet. But yeah, like you can't just jump through there. That's like, okay, come on, I can platform that. If the platforming was right. But no, invisible wall. Oh, here we go. More about childhood one. Evolutionary psychology supposes that the soul had no choice but to arise. That it did so for the sake of human survival after it mutated into a weaker form. Then perhaps it is she who is without a soul that is at the forefront of the evolutionary genealogical tree. We currently see the soul of Seth as having intelligence that far surpasses our own. Then is the soul a cap for the mind? Our intellectual potential tethered? We are thus bound by our past, by war. Is that not the end we now face? Looking at the Red Queen, I feel as if that is what it's trying to tell us. Yeah, that was a lot for, hey, we're doomed. I don't know. That's to you, Jello. Or Jellu, or whatever the heck they're called. Wow, those things hit hard. You can see how much of that it took my health off right there.
I owe you one.
And it's not like we're low level. These are level 50, and we are level 56, so we're higher level than them. We're just also kind of getting our butts kicked. You know, that's the thing, is like you have to level up your weapon to get your armor and oh lovely. These guys. Two of them. Okay.
The battle begins.
Let's try to take one of you out real fast. The double roar. I was trying to get out of that. Because these guys also have another ability that they do. It's kind of the same thing. You can't tell what it is. Like that, where they slam the ground with ice. So it's never good to just be like, oh, it's just going to be a scare roar and they're going to stand there and do nothing. Oh no, they could be hitting you hard. Speaking of hitting hard, dang. Do. I mean, the combat for this is not exciting. At least with Rune Factory, like I said earlier, you can kind of create your builds. Be like, I'm gonna do a, you know, sword and board, like sword and shield build, or I'm gonna do the long sword build, or you know, XYZ. And there's so much other stuff you can do with it. You're like, oh, I want to try this, I want to try that. And, you know, there's customization and appearance and all that. And that's one of the things that makes Rune Factory and Stardew so much better than this is the customization. There's no customization in this game. Your customization is, I'm going to pick one of these X amount of classes, and that's what I'm going to play as. And I'm going to fall again. And we're going to fall again. And, oh, hey, we found our spot. That we're going to fall again. Oh, wait, there's a thing back here. You received the valuable memoir with an Azure Strand. Let's take a look at that. Valuables. Memoir with an Azure Strand. I don't know that I found that last time I was through here. A note with an Azure Strand of hair caught in its pages. The doctor told me I do not have long to live. Strangely, I didn't find this discouraging. Life is easy in this day and age, and it is just my time to go. But he cried for 3 days straight and soon began research into eternity, despite the futility, until one day he said to me, we will see the Queen. That is where eternity lies. Okay, I don't know who that's a reference to, the Azure Strand. Oh, jeez. Nope. Jumping down, jumping down. Keep jumping down. There we go. All of that to come out here. And get a couple treasure chests. With an ice orb recipe, that's cool. The Adamas Crystal. Also cool. Adamas Crystal's a good higher level weapon upgrade item. Let's take a look at it. Do it in the backpack. Yeah, these guys. These are like high level weapon upgrade items. So that is nice to have. Of course, we also fell really way down. So there's that. Oh well, we'll probably get another level or something from today, just from whatever. It's not like we didn't progress the... Oh wow, we fell down pretty good size. How far did we fall down? Level 5? We were up at level 12. We fell 7 floors to get down to that chest. Those chests. But, yeah, those will be good for late weapon upgrades. I don't know that we'll be full weapon upgrades in this. I still don't even have full weapon upgrades on my playthrough. I'm at level 10, and there's, I think, 12 levels to each. Something like that. And one of the items that I need is I gotta get some kind of acid or something in Caranoid and then refine it through the corruption removing thing. And then I use those. And I haven't found any of those acid things, I don't think, on my playthrough. And if I have fixed them. Or they're refined from something else or something that I don't know that I have. I'll have to look. But I'm only at like level 40 of Caranoid on my playthrough. Which, you know, if I do the final boss, I can run Caranoid all I want, but I don't really care for that either. I don't know. I'm just excited to get done with this game. We'll definitely finish chapter 6 today. That'll be a thing we do before I call it a day on this stream. And we'll kill this guy and then we'll go teleport out, I guess. Do. Got some premium meat. All right. Can we get to the teleporter this way? Nope. We gotta just use the bell. Okay. Yeah, I don't know these upper floors quite as well. It's usually about that time. By the time I get to that guy is usually right around the time I'm finishing up the entire dungeon for the day. Like I'll start on the first floor of the middle section when I do my run, and I'll run through there and get up to about that guy that I just fought, and that'll be the entire day. All right, Autumn Chill, day 11. So tomorrow will be when we get our first batch of 8 pumpkins, and that's when we'll be like, oh, we have money. In the meantime, hooray, we have a thing. For Woolums. You can now use a Woolum pen. Let's check this. Did the mayor send us stuff for those? Yes, you seem to be getting on well. About keeping livestock, yeah. How are you, Haruhi? I heard from the renovator that you installed a new Woolum shed in your place. Maintaining your crops while raising livestock is no mean feat. But I am confident that you can do it. I have provisioned you with some crop seeds, which you will find in this letter. I hope you'll find them useful. Yeah, both of these you can turn into Woolum feed. About keeping livestock from the renovator. How's the pen I built for you? I'm pretty proud of how it turned out, so I hope you use it for a long while. By the by, do you know what animal you want to keep in it yet? A Canella merchant has set up business near Lethe selling cluffowl woolums. You should go and check it out when you have time. Anyway, I'll be around next time you need me. Yeah. I'm the mayor. Stellar wheat seeds. How are you, Harvey? I heard from the renovator that you installed a new cluffowl shed in your place. Maintaining your crops while raising livestock is no mean feat, blah blah blah. Provisioning seeds. It's the exact same letter with just replace woolum with cluffowl. And yeah, these are all. Oh, these two are from side quests. We'll not deal with those. Those are like, hey, we need you to come out and do our side quests with us. Not, hey, thank you for those side quests. Alright, we'll do this. 1 coconut milk, 1 coconut juice. We'll ship both and see which sells for more. Oh, I just did the wrong thing. 1 coconut juice. 1 coconut milk. I put them in the wrong one. Shipping bin. And that way we can be like, okay, this is the best moneymaker. That might be a guide I do for another day. I just don't know. Like I said,
There's a
I'm
letter
over this
out
game by
ahead.
this point. Some people love it still. It's the characters, the world are not exciting enough, well built enough for me to care enough, if that makes sense. They didn't put the effort into the world build, like the character building or even the world building to make it one that you're like, yeah, I want to keep coming back. Let's see. I know that we use these and these to process, but I don't see like the asset thing. That might just be later, deeper in the thing. I don't know. We're not as far in this one as I am on mine, but we're not that far behind it. I think we're at level 4, floor 30. I missed it my entire first spring. I didn't even know it was there, so I was like, I knew there was a dungeon somewhere, but I didn't find it. Blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Um, yeah, that'll do it for those.
Hi.
And then you have the fairy who just shows up like, hi. You know, got all the other ones who have all this stuff to say, and you get the one who's just like, hi, how you doing? We good? Okay. Do, 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 do. Can't harvest those yet. Don't think I can do anything with the cave yet. Maybe. But let's check. Doesn't look like it. Nope. So 3 coconuts. All right. Let's go into town. We'll go buy one of each thing. We'll try to upgrade our weapons if we can. Just so we get more defenses. Is really the thing is you really want the defenses from it more than anything. You know, it's not like yeah, that's about the thing I love about Rune Factory is the crafting system and how complex it is. And it's like, okay, I can craft this and I can do, add these as the upgrades, and that's going to do this and this and this, and you got the rarity and the etc. levels and so on. We are going to absolutely level Pro Shade. So we can't afford to do the next level, but it's good. It'll be next on the agenda next time.
Cheers.
We'll make some money here in another day or two when we sell some pumpkins. Talk to the Canelu. One clef owl, one woolum. Livestock. Yep, you can feed them, pet them, etc., etc. So let's go do that. Return home. Got a whole section in here for wrong one. These, but you can only hold like 30 your first one, and then your next upgrade lets they hold 120, which is good. But like these early ones can only hold like 30. This is a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier. It's not a rainy day out. I know for a fact because we watered things. Yeah, there's our wool amount. But our clef owl, not anywhere outside. Can't be seen. I put food in there, did I? Yeah, okay. And you can't go inside it. It's not like, okay, I can go inside and pet it and take care of it. No, you have nothing to do with this animal this entire day. Maybe next time. I don't know why that is. They're just more picky about the weather or something. I'm not a huge fan of the animals in this one, but they are what they are. Let's go finish this dang dungeon. So that tomorrow will be chapter 7 and we'll be doing all the side quests and blah blah blah. Next week we can finish chapter 7 up and try to do chapter 8 the week after. We'll try to start rushing through all these chapters because I just want to be done with this game. I do. We got 3 more weeks of uh videos on the class guides, plus do say 1 week on talking about the various um, the production machines, your processing machines, and maybe 1 more week after that. But we're probably going to be done within about a month or so of this game, and I really do want us to be done with it. No later by March. I want us to be moved on to something else. I would love us to be moved on to something else
I'm highly
already.
capable, you know.
But, realist. We'll be done with it as we get done with it,
The battle begins.
I think if we finish the dungeons in this before I finish the guides that I have in mind, then what I might do is do like 1 session a week, like the Saturdays with this as our post-game runs, and then Sundays looking at,
The battle begins.
a new game.
Not a bad decision.
You just want to disappear from over there. Yeah, he's trying to lure me onto the thing. He doesn't want to fight me, he just wants to lure me onto the thing to fall through. He's like, I don't want to fight you, you're gonna kick my butt. And then he does the respawn. I hate that respawning thing. I'm in the same dang room as you. Murr. And that wasn't a happy murr. That was a murr. Anyways.
I owe you one.
Let's just get the heck out of here. On to the next section of the floor and try to finish up this dungeon today. And then we'll call it after that we'll call it a night on this stream. I'll go get some food. And tomorrow we'll do side quests.
The battle begins. Just die. Is everyone alright?
Yeah, he's just going back and forth, back and forth. He doesn't care that I'm over here killing his buddy. The enemies in this game is just... I don't know what the heck kind of AI that they had or the ideas that they put behind it. It's just... There's some stupid shit going on with these guys. So, I don't know. Grumpy. This game makes me grumpy. With good reason.
Let's get this over.
Here I go.
There's one down. Take this other guy out. You see, these guys don't disappear. Unless I, like, completely leave this platform. Why the heck was the plant guy earlier disappearing when I was literally 5 feet away from him? In the same small room that he spawns in. Whatever. Oh, hey. The cat that I thought was outside wanting in is inside. He's now doing his flop on his side, looking at the door. He wants out. We'll take care of that here in a little bit. We'll let him out once we get done with the whatever. But we will advance into the next room. I don't remember if there's a boss fight in this dungeon or not. I'm sure there is. There's a boss fight in pretty much every dungeon, but I think this was more of a story dungeon than anything. Yep, there it is. We have a boss fight up there, and I don't have any food. So we will go home, and we will put stuff away. Do some churros. Let's see. A coconut meat stir fry, that'd be good to have. Just do a bunch of different HP regen and crit rate. Oh, that's nice too. So there we go. We got our food for that. Let's plant this tree. Or not, apparently. I can't plant it there when I wanted it. I can't plant it here. Alright. Now that's planted. And we have food.
I hope you bring back some
Let's go
things.
fight this boss. Because you know there's going to be a boss. I don't remember what the heck its weaknesses are. We'll figure it out. We've got a good range of everything. We might change out the mage. And my game closed. Screw it. That's it. We're calling it a day on this stream. My game crashed. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll catch you guys next time. But we didn't save right before the boss fight, I don't think. Let's see, I think our last save was first thing in the morning. Yep, 6 a.m. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna swap out mage anyways, because we're not using it. We'll use the Woodland. It has some good abilities. Anyways, we're gonna call that it for the stream for the day. You know, since the game crashed. We'll come back tomorrow. We will do the dungeon. We'll do the side quests, or we'll do something. We'll figure it out. But I will catch you guys tomorrow. I don't want to keep doing that and trying to get through it again in the next half hour or so. I want to get some food. So, and no one's watching right now. Hopefully, you guys will be watching live in the future. You know, as always, it is we go live at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. on Saturdays and Sundays. And we'll move on to another game next eventually. We'll start putting out the post for that. But I'll catch you guys next time. All right.